What if everything you thought you knew about the Jewish people was built on a legend? What if the story of their return to the land of Israel wasn't a return at all, but the greatest identity twist in human history? A Turkish empire converts overnight. An entire nation vanishes into the mists of Poland, and suddenly millions of white-skinned Europeans claim the blood of Abraham. Friends, today we're ripping open one of the most explosive origin stories ever told, the legend of the 13th Tribe, the book that shook the world in 1976, the theory that still whispers through the internet, through debates, through the very heart of the Israel-Palestine conflict. Buckle up, because by the end of this, you will never look at modern Israel the same way again. Picture this. The year is 1976. The Holocaust is still a fresh scar on humanity's soul. Anti-Semitism is supposed to be dying, but Arthur Koestler, a brilliant Jewish intellectual, a survivor himself, drops a bomb called the 13th Tribe. In it, he doesn't just question history, he rewrites it. Koestler claimed the Ashkenazi Jews, the ones who built Israel, who speak Hebrew today, who fill the streets of Tel Aviv, are not the descendants of the biblical Israelites. No, their ancestors were the Khazars, a fierce, nomadic Turkic people living between the Black and Caspian Seas in the 8th century, an ancient empire caught between the Christian Byzantine world and the rising Muslim caliphate. To survive, their king converts the whole nation to Judaism, not out of faith, but cold political strategy. The empire explodes in power. Then, in the chaos of the Dark Ages, Genghis Khan's Mongol hordes smash it to dust. The survivors? They flee west. They melt into Poland, Russia, Germany. They become the Yiddish-speaking Jews of Europe. Suddenly, the Jewish problem isn't Semitic at all, it's Turkish. No blood link to Jacob, no ancient claim to Palestine. Koestler's final line hits like thunder. The story of the Khazars begins to look like the most cruel hoax history has ever perpetrated. And the world listened. By 1996, even the New York Times was running headlines, "Scholars debate origins of Yiddish and the migrations of Jews." Linguists like Paul Wexler were asking the forbidden question, could Yiddish actually be a Slavic tongue redressed in German words? Could the explosive Jewish population in Eastern Europe have come from the East, not the tiny Rhineland communities? Jewish historians started whispering it too. 90% of modern Jews, Turkish mixed blood? These Ashkenazi Jews were never in Palestine. They have no right to the land. It was viral before viral existed, and for decades it haunted the shadows. Ashkenazi Jews are only about 45% of Israel's Jewish population today. The rest? Mizrahi and Sephardi Jews, expelled from Arab lands, whose DNA is even closer to the ancient Levant. Together, they form one people, one continuous story.